Kris Seals with eXp Realty, the champion of real estate. We have a very special guest for you. It's the Executive Director of Sales and Marketing for Encore Capital Management, Mr. Joe Lazar. How are you doing today, Joe?
Hey, Kris, doing great.
Good. Well, let's get right into it because I know that you're a busy man. You've had things scheduled back to back, and I appreciate the time that you're taking with me for this interview. The first question I'd like to ask you, Joel, is tell me about your career with Encore Capital Management.
I basically started with them back in 2000, so about 20 years ago. They've been in business over 30 years, the principals of Encore Capital Management. But I joined them 20 years ago as their corporate VP of Sales and Marketing for Transition Homes. And we eventually sold that to a public company, roughly 5 years later. Then we formed another company called Concept Marketing International. We did turnkey sales and marketing for resort and residential developers. But this time we ventured out of Florida, went all cross country and the islands, and had a lot of fun doing that. But then 2008 happened. So I'm not going to talk too much about 2008. And then we launched we acquired the undeveloped property in Reunion off of I-4, and we started developing that. So I launched the first projects out of there until we came where we're at now, which is adjacent to the Margaritaville cottages, the Margaritaville villas, soon to come villas, and some other properties that we're launching here.
Okay. And your property that you reside in right now is called Sunset Walk.
Sunset Walk, entails the Promenade, which is the retail and entertainment district. It's kind of a boutique downtown Disney or Disney Springs. It includes the Island H2O Live, which is the most technologically advanced water park in the world.
Wow.
And our 6,500 square foot state-of-the-art sales gallery is located within the Promenade at Sunset Walk.
Okay. Excellent. What exciting projects are you currently working on?
So we're practically, I think within a week or so, we'll be sold out of the Margaritaville cottages. So we're excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, lots of happy owners. We're going to be rolling out the Margaritaville villas. But my main focus is a major project that we're doing on the same site, which we're still in the final negotiations with the brand, but it's going to be a major brand that we're going to be unveiling, and you'll be one of the first to know all about it. But it's a condo hotel. So for the folks that are listening that don't know what a condo hotel is, because there's not a lot of them in the Orlando area, but it's the same as a condominium. You've got the ownership structure of a condominium, but you've got the amenities and services of a hotel. And then we're going to take it one step further, like we always do with all our great projects, especially a flagship project like this. We're going to add a tremendously incredible beach club to the amenity structure for that condo hotel.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm working on that and having lots of fun with it too.
Surprised that you didn't show up with an umbrella, drink, and a straw hat.
Oh yeah,
in that environment.
No, that's everybody else. I'm the workhorse behind the whole thing.
All right. So how does your model work with these condo hotels for investors looking for a good way to protect their assets?
Well, I have a thing I call the Powerhouse 5 when it comes to this project. It's probably one of the most powerful projects I've ever been involved in. The best way to protect, for an investor to protect themselves, is to align themselves with the right partners. So are we the right partner to partner on this project? I ask you, well, if you have number one, a world-class developer, you have the number one vacation destination in the world, you have a top, and everybody's going to recognize the brand when I tell you what it is, hospitality brand. We'll have Davidson Hotels and Resorts. If you know the Don Cesar in St. Pete, if you know the Gaslamp Hotel in San Diego, these are some of the major high-profile projects that Davidson manages. So Davidson will be the guest-facing entity that manages the check-in, the maintenance, the food and beverage aspects of the hotel. And then you have our preferred rental manager, which is Luxury Residential Resorts. And they're just the pioneer, cutting edge marketing powerhouse that will be associated with this project. So you've got, I call it the Powerhouse Five. You've got the developer, the location, the brand, the hotel manager, and the rental manager. That's the way you protect an investor. That's the way an investor protects himself. So when they take those five powerhouses and compare it to anything else in Orlando or around the state, it's going to be pretty tough for them to, reach a level where they're equal or better than what we have to offer here.
Okay, excellent. So now you mentioned hotel condo. How does it work? You purchase the condo, and then you can stay and use it as much as you want. And when you're not using it, it goes into the hotel stock for income property for the investor, right?
Partially. We anticipate, there's going to be people that just want to use it and never want to rent it out. There's going to be people that just want to rent it out and never want to use it. And then there's going to be a combination of both. We're still working out the parameters of the limitations of how much use they can have and not have. But basically, it is a short-term rental zone project. So they'll be able to put it have it managed in our rental management portfolio. It's not a rental pool. It gets a little more complicated by that, but they'll be able to have it managed by us or by Luxury Residential Resorts, and so they'll be able to offset their expenses by doing that.
Okay, excellent. I know a lot of people are always wondering about how that works, in that model. But now let me ask you a question. You talked about 2008, and you said we're not going to talk about 2008 earlier. Please no. We're not going to look back, but we're going to look at the future. And the future is very bright right now, as far as real estate market is concerned in Central Florida. So what do you forecast as far as Central Florida's real estate market?
I thought with COVID, oh boy, this could be a problem. But we picked up more momentum, even when it spiked the 2 or 3 times that it spiked. We picked up more momentum. Now our momentum right now with the cottage sales we had 18 sales last week in the cottages. So we're very bullish. You look at the interest rates. All the experts seem to believe that the interest rates are going to hold down for the rest of the year. Now, remember, primary homes are going to get the lowest rates. They're going to get the 2s, the 3s, and what have you. So this is a short-term rental product. So generally, you're going to see with good credit, maybe slightly under 5, but 5% is probably the number. And if the credit's not super great or the down payment's not super great, you may get up to 6 or 7. But that's still, I remember my parents, their first house, they financed at 8.6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, Joel. Really appreciate your time. Champions that are tuning into the station, I know they appreciate what you've shared about the market and the project that you're working on. And don't forget, folks, he said, you heard him, he's going to let me be one of the first to know what that major brand is. So we'll be revisiting Joel in the future to get an update on a few things dealing with the project. Now, as far as if sales and contracts or contact information is concerned, you can call 407-627-1758, and that will go right to Sunset Walk, the sales center that Joel was talking about. That sits right there in the middle of the nice little village that's been created with a movie theater and candy shops and whimsical shops. It's an absolutely beautiful project. So please take a look at it. And if you want to take a look at the website, condohotelorlando.com. Okay, that's condohotelorlando.com. And of course, you can reach me at any time. I can put you in touch with Joel and his management team if you need to speak with them. My number is 407-497-2378. I'm Kris Seals, your champion of real estate. And please keep tuned because we'll have more guests like Joel and we'll be getting more information out of Joel soon enough. Have a great day.